If you could step outside the universe and look back at it in its entirety, you wouldn't see random clusters of stars. You would see a web. Gravity is the great architect of our reality. Over 13 billion years, it has pulled gas, dust, and dark matter into colossal, glowing filaments. Galaxies cluster together along these glowing highways, creating an intricate, beautiful glowing sponge. Because of this, astronomers know exactly how matter should behave. There is a baseline density to space. If you pick any random region of the cosmos, you can mathematically predict exactly how many galaxies you will find there. But in 1981, an astronomer named Robert Krishna pointed his telescope towards a constellation in the northern sky. He was conducting a routine survey of galactic redshifts. He expected to find the web. Instead, he found the Great Nothing. They call it the Boötes Void, and its sheer scale breaks the human mind. It is a spherical region of space that spans 330 million light-years across. It accounts for nearly 0.25% of the entire observable universe. To put that into perspective, if you took our entire Milky Way galaxy, with its billions of stars, planets and civilizations, and placed it in the exact center of the Boötes Void, the night sky would be so completely dark that humanity wouldn't have even known other galaxies existed until the invention of deep space telescopes in the 1960s. We would have believed we were entirely alone in an infinite black room. But the emptiness isn't the terrifying part. The terrifying part is the math. Based on the standard model of cosmology, a space that massive should contain roughly 2,000 full-sized galaxies. When astronomers scoured the Boötes Void, straining the instruments to the absolute limit, they found 60. 2,000 galaxies are missing. Now, voids in space are normal. Think of the universe like a block of Swiss cheese. The empty pockets are created as gravity pulls matter outwards to build the cosmic web. But gravity is a slow worker. Space expands and matter moves at a fixed speed. When astrophysicists calculated how long it would take for gravity to clear out a region of space as massive as the Boötes Void, they hit a terrifying roadblock. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. To create a void 330 million light-years wide, the universe would have to be significantly older than it actually is. This is a temporal paradox. The hole is too big for the time allowed, which means it didn't form naturally. To explain how a void this massive could exist in a universe this young, scientists proposed that smaller voids must have merged together, like soap bubbles popping to form a larger one. But some look at that massive, perfectly spherical dead zone and see a much darker explanation, one that abandons cosmology entirely. If you look at a satellite map of Earth at night, you see the glowing webs of human cities. But if you see a massive, perfectly dark patch in the middle of a populated continent, you don't assume the land vanished. You assume the lights were turned off. There is a theoretical framework for advanced civilization called the Kardashev scale. A Type 3 civilization would be so advanced that they could harness the energy of their entire galaxy. They would build Dyson swarms, massive energy-harvesting megastructures, around every single star, capturing 100% of the light. To an outside observer, the galaxy wouldn't look like a glowing spiral. It would look completely invisible. Now, apply this to the Boötes Void. What if those 2,000 missing galaxies aren't missing at all? What if they are right there, perfectly cloaked in absolute darkness? We have explored the dark forest theory before, the idea that the universe is a predator-filled hunting ground, and that the only way to survive is to stay silent. But the Boötes Void offers a terrifying escalation to that theory. If a hyper-advanced empire wanted to secure its survival, it wouldn't just stay quiet. It would actively expand its territory, conquering neighboring galaxies and immediately wrapping them in darkness to hide from something even worse. We aren't looking at an empty hole in space. We are looking at a 300 million light-year camouflage net, a cosmic quarantine zone. The most unsettling detail about the Boötes Void is the shape of the 60 galaxies we did find inside. They aren't scattered randomly. They form a perfect glowing tube running straight through the center of the darkness, like a single highway left illuminated in an abandoned continent. Why leave a path of light through an empire of dark? Perhaps it is a warning. Perhaps it is a bait. We sit safely in the Orion arm of the Milky Way, 700 million light-years away from the Great Nothing. We look through our telescopes and marvel at the mystery of the empty space, assuming we are the observers. But if the darkness in Boötes is not a natural void, but an expanding border, then we aren't the observers. We are simply the next territory on the map. And out there, in the pitch black, the lights are slowly turning off. Thank you for staring into the void with us. If you want to continue uncovering the terrifying architecture of our cosmos, subscribe to Whispers in the Dark. Until next time, stay in the light.